Best mailbox ever. I like to leave my Walk for Liberty business card at every house I see a Ron Paul sign in front of. But that was actually the first time that someone's been home. The lady who lives there said she had put those signs up on the mailbox for a Ron Paul meetup group she had hosted. And after the meeting was over, she just decided to leave them there. Hey, my name is Will Buchanan, and I'm walking all the way across the country to New Hampshire in search of more freedom on a project called the Walk for Liberty. Today is October 29th, 2008, day 175. I've been having some trouble getting media coverage for the Walk for Liberty recently. Apparently, there have been some people in the area recently trying to get elected to something called president. That's a creative way of trying to make up for the government's ineptitude at getting the road fixed in a timely manner. Here's an interesting one. Vote no on number 6. No casinos. Protect Ohio families. So, presumably, there's an existing law in Ohio which threatens anybody who decides to build a casino on their own private property with the near certain prospect that it will be violently shut down by the government. And it seems that referendum number 6 would repeal that law, thus making it so if someone did build a casino on their property, the government would not go in and shut it down. Whoever owns the house with that sign back there clearly opposes casinos. But why do they want to take their dislike of casinos and impose their will on everyone through the force of law? They claim that the government violently preventing casinos will protect Ohio families. I'm all for families being safe and secure, but I have a couple questions about their claim. One, is the government really the best organization to protect families? And perhaps I'll address that question in the future, but what I really want to get to in this video is number 2, which is that, does preventing casinos really protect families? I'm not even certain what they really mean by that. I can only think of a couple different possibilities. One is maybe they think kids will be lured into the casinos and become corrupted. Although, I'm not sure how a term like corruption can be applied across the behaviors of an entire society. What's one person's corruption is another's plain old good fun. Although some will of course disagree, there are many poker players across the country who don't think of themselves as being corrupted. And who is anyone else to force their will upon them and tell them otherwise? If you don't want your kids going into a casino, then it's your responsibility as a parent to teach them what you think is right and wrong. And if you can't keep your kids under control, then start an organization to ostracize casino owners who let kids into their facility. Enlist all the local businesses as well, and have them pledge not to conduct business with any casino owners who let kids in. That way, you can accomplish the same thing without resorting to the violence of the state. The other way I can think of, in which that homeowner might think preventing casinos will protect families, is if they think one of the parents is so irresponsible as to go out to the casino and blow the family's entire savings. I'm sorry, but if somebody has that much of a problem, then no amount of legislation is going to prevent them from doing what they really want to. If there aren't casinos, then they'll go out and find more underground ways to gamble their money. Those other ways are likely also illegal, meaning that they'll be dealing with some pretty shady characters, and their safety will probably be a lot more at risk than in a casino. And also, since it's illegal, there's a good chance that the underground joint could get raided and they could get thrown in jail. And how much good does that do their family? Not only then will the kids be traumatized at their parent having been thrown in prison, but also there's only one parent to potentially earn money for the family instead of two. Let's say the mom is a stay-at-home mom and the dad works. He has a gambling problem, but still makes enough money at his job to support his family and his gambling habit. But because he has to go to an underground operation rather than a legitimate casino, one time he gets unlucky, the place gets raided, and he gets thrown in prison. Now, the stay-at-home mom all of a sudden has to go out and find work to support herself and their 3 kids. And that law has needlessly turned a family upside down. The problem is that many people think they can legislate desired behavior in other people. Laws against victimless crimes don't actually make people behave in a certain way, though. All they do is inflict punishment upon them and rip their lives apart. If you really want to help people with gambling problems, then don't just pass another law, which ends up doing more harm than good. Think of some creative way to go out and actually help people cure themselves of their gambling addiction. I walked just over 19 miles for Liberty today. Here is my GPS position. If you have something you'd like to advertise in this spot, please get in contact with me through YouTube or send an email to contact@walkforliberty.com. This is Will Buchanan, signing off. Topsoil. If the 1-ton bag's not enough, you can just get it in bulk.